The judge has made a mockery of himself as a cheap tool in the hands of the paymasters for the destruction of opposition. Wow. And those are some incredibly heavy words, but they absolutely set the definitive tone for the intense, frankly explosive political allegations that we are going to unpack today.
Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. Today we're taking a completely impartial, objective look at a highly charged political video that's currently making the rounds. It aims some really severe accusations directly at the Nigerian judiciary, and specifically at Justice Peter Lifo. Now, to be clear, we are not here to take sides. We're just here to break down these intense claims so you can understand exactly what is being alleged in the source material.
All right, let's jump right into Section 1, the opposition's alarm. So, to really grasp the narrative this video is pushing, we kind of have to map out the key players. Think of it like a political chessboard. On one side, the source places what it views as the ruling power. That's the APC party, President Tinubu, and WIC. And on the totally opposite side, you have the opposition, the ADC, and the rising political force of Atiku. The entire video basically revolves around this alleged conflict, claiming the ruling power is systematically trying to dismantle this opposition.
An ADC chieftain in the video issues a really specific, stark warning. They claim there's an active, calculated push underway to completely deregister the ADC, along with 4 other political parties. And the alleged reason for all this, well, they say it's out of fear of Atiku rising up as a formidable force. The video claims the ultimate goal here is to just wipe the board clean, paving the way for President Tinubu to run totally unopposed.
Moving right along to Section 2, accusations against the judiciary.
You know, the source video doesn't just frame Justice Peter Lifo as a neutral judge who maybe made a ruling people didn't like. No, they go way further. They literally brand him an APC mall. In this context, they're alleging he's an active operative, someone planted or compromised to work explicitly for the ruling party's interests, completely abandoning his role as an impartial arbiter of the law.
So the natural question is, what evidence do they actually claim to have for this? Well, they point to a very specific legal maneuver. The video accuses Justice Lifo of showing excessive bias by allegedly ignoring a direct order from a higher court, the Court of Appeal. According to the source, there was a directive to stay the proceedings regarding the deregistration of those exact political parties we talked about earlier. By allegedly defying this higher order and just pushing forward anyway, the source argues the judge fully exposed his true partisan intentions.
Which brings us to Section 3, the Abuja Mansion Claim.
Let's pause for a second and ask the exact question the source material essentially poses to its viewers. Why? I mean, why would a sitting judge take the enormous professional and legal risk of allegedly ignoring a directive from the Court of Appeal? What could possibly be the motive for defying a higher court just to make sure some political parties get deregistered?
Well, the video provides an explosive, though we should note, totally unverified, answer: financial compromise. The source straight up alleges that Wike gifted the judge a mansion in Abuja. The narrator really emphasizes the sheer value of a property like that, suggesting a gift of that magnitude basically makes it impossible for the judge to ever rule against Wike's political allies. It's a direct, massive accusation of bribery used to explain the alleged bias.
All right, let's look at Section 4, a threat to democracy?
At this point, the video really escalates things well beyond a localized legal dispute. The source claims this whole situation has actually caught the attention of the international community. They state that international bodies are actively issuing warnings, urging the judiciary not to be weaponized. By deliberately referring to Nigeria as a fragile democracy, the source is basically suggesting these alleged maneuvers could shatter the entire democratic system itself.
And this all builds up to the source's most sweeping allegation of the whole video, a grand systemic conspiracy. They claim the suppression isn't just coming from one bad actor. No, they're saying the executive branch, the legislative branch, and the judiciary are all colluding together. To quote the video directly, they claim they are working as one body to put Nigeria in a cage. Basically, they're alleging total state capture.
So because of this supposed state capture, the video concludes with a really passionate, direct call to action. The narrator pleads for the Nigerian people to rise up to the occasion and deliver themselves from this alleged oppression. It is a striking pivot, honestly, going from outlining legal grievances to openly pushing for public resistance against the state.
Which leaves us with this final, absolutely critical thought. Whether you completely believe the intense claims made in this video or you view them as purely partisan political attacks, we really have to ask ourselves what happens when allegations this severe are widely circulated.
When citizens are told that their judges are bought with mansions and that all branches of their government are actively colluding to cage them, what does that do to the public's trust long term? Because a democracy, especially a fragile one, relies entirely on the faith of its people. I hope this explainer really helped you understand the mechanics and the sheer gravity of the claims being made here. Thanks so much for diving into this with me today, and as always, keep questioning what you see.